Hi there, my name is Mark, and I'm very happy to be with you again today. So, I thought I would start today's video with the question: where are you today? Do you find that you spend a lot of time in here, in your imagination, in your mind, and that the average day just isn't fulfilling your needs, your dreams, what your expectations are for everyday life? My own experiences with this have been ongoing for many years, and it really goes back to our childhood. And I want you to try and think about your own childhood and your own story. Not every childhood, when they mention childhood neglect, this is a term that I would like to throw into the mix here, because it's not always intentional and it's not always extreme. But if you haven't received the nurture, the support, the encouragement that every child really deserves, then of course you end up blocking out. You end up living in your own head. And this is what we tend to do as a form of mechanism. A wall, we build a wall, and we create our own world in our minds, in our imagination, which is harmless enough at the time and is actually, it's a form of security. But it goes on and it carries on throughout our lives. You've heard of the term comfort zone. Well, this is what people do. Not everyone, of course, but a lot of people tend to find security or relaxation from just switching on a television, something simple like that. We're all guilty of it, absolutely. I mean, it's a switch off, and it's fine in blocks. But a lot of people tend to build their own, schedules around the television program, or going out for a drink, which is harm. Again, everyone does it. It's fantastic. There's no problem with it at all. But when it becomes a lot of drinks, it's to block out. And likewise across many things. So it's only when you actually plug into your truth, your desires, your interests, your real drivers that you have when you're born, when you actually get back to the essence of who you really are, that you actually start to feel differently. And then you start to plug into actually taking advantage of every waking moment you have to enjoy the day ahead. You've heard of the expression anticipating the day. Well, you actually jump out of bed and you think, I'm looking forward to doing this, or I just feel good, I feel happy, rather than feeling frustrated, negative, depressed. Can you relate to this? Do you have these feelings when you get out of bed in the morning and you're just like, another day, rather than, another day that I'm alive to take advantage of? It's just a different perspective. So I want to think about these things because really that we have to start from the basics, and we have to go back. Like detectives, we have to pick up on the clues and start to rebuild in order to reconnect to who we really are. And when I say who we really are, when you were growing up, what interests you had, what dreams you had, what things that felt good to you, and how you've deviated from those dreams. Simple example, football. We all love football, and some of us grow up playing football with our friends just as a means of social interaction, and it's no more than that. Nothing is expected, nothing is required. It's just a bit of physical activity, and we feel good about it. This is not a passion or a love, it's just a form of interaction. However, if you really do love the game, the sport, and enjoy the whole build-up, the whole process of playing that game, the feeling, the sense of scoring a goal, the feeling of creating a pass, or whatever it is, but you really look forward to it and you're really passionate about it, that's something else, right? And you feel good and you believe that you've got the talent for it. and you work on it. Of course, it doesn't magically appear, but you do have both the desire, the interest, the skill to put them all together. You've got a real opportunity and you believe in it. Now, something like that is an example that you really feel strongly and passionate about, but you do need someone to support you, to encourage you, to take you to practice, to take you and support you. And, when you're playing or something like that, to give you the sense of belief as well, that you can move on to the next level. Now, I just want you to think about your own storyline, whatever it happens to be. If you haven't been given that support and you don't have the belief and the confidence, then somehow you end up going back into your head again. Can you relate to this? And if you do, all that ends up happening is you're replaying all the things that could have been in your head rather than actually living them in reality. And living them in reality doesn't mean that you're going to have to, that you're going to be, for example, playing for a top Premier club. No, I mean, it could be you're just playing for your local team. But if that feels good and you feel good and you enjoy sharing it with others, then that's success. Okay, not monetary success, but living on a daily basis. Of course, it can go all the way, and why not? But what I'm trying to say is the doing versus being in the head. And this is the beginning of the awareness and doing something about it, which will take you on to the reconnection with who you are, your purpose, and an outcome of release and plugging back into society on your terms. So if this sounds it makes sense to you, please stay tuned. We will continue coming up with more insights. But the idea of these videos is to share with you the concept of reconnection, which is something I've been working on all my life, both in terms of being a sufferer of not being connected, and now having connected through the courses that I've created, through the videos, through the things I'm doing. I'm helping and sharing, and this is my release. Okay, so I'm practicing what I'm preaching, so to speak. So if you like these videos, please share, please subscribe, and there'll be more of them. And if you want to get in touch with me, just send me a message below, or if you have any feedback for me, also feel free to do so. Lovely speaking with you, and I will be back again very soon. All the best. Bye-bye.